Hey folks, thanks for joining us here at the new program, which we're going to call the Dog Tag Television Production. Partnering with me, I'll be your host, Jim Whip Shetler. To my left and your right, it'd be Rob, my co-host on the radio show of WMBS, the Dog Tag Club. And to my right, which would be your left, is Brian Benson, the Fayette County VA Director. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. What we're doing, guys, is we had this germ of an idea that we're proud of our community, which everyone knows that we got some activity going on. There's been positive, negative, or whatever. But we're going to focus in on the different veteran programs that are being offered. You may know, you may not know, but we're going to be bringing in programs that deal with what the American Legion stands for, the AMVETS, the VFWs, the Catholic War Veterans, the Rolling Thunder, the AMVET Riders, the Legion Riders, et cetera, et cetera. In addition, there's a lot of patriots out there that are really focused in helping our veterans that have some problems. That we may be covering mental health. That may be the 988 crisis line. That may be horse therapy. It may be the dog program, the certified dog programs, which we have connections to all these. So if you are interested and you think that your program or you're a member of an organization that may want to be involved, get in touch with us. And how do you get in touch with us? It's going to be the Dog Tag Television at gmail.com. Now, what we're going to ask you, if you do get involved, we may want to flavor it or have it more of an interest to do maybe a video or such, whatever the program that you're going to be wanting to get involved with. So it's important, not that we're looking to educate and make people aware, but we're going to hopefully make this a regional theme that we're southwestern Pennsylvania, where we are located, will be a front runner and really focusing on the benefit and the awareness of what's going on in our veteran world. Rob, you have anything to add to that?
Well, you said a lot there, Whip.
I did.
I mean, I don't know where to chime in on that one, but
well, thank you.
I would just like to throw this out there. I mean, I'm talking about the VA facility. Okay. My wife always tells me, hey, you ought to get a regular doctor. Go get a regular doctor. All right. So listen, my shoulder was acting up on me. All right. So I said, I'm going to drop in at the VA. So I dropped in at the VA clinic here in Uniontown, and I went in and told them, so I'm just like to talk to somebody. I got an issue with my shoulder. Well, she said, sit down for a minute. Maybe we'll get a nurse to come out and talk to you, which I did. 15 minutes later, a nurse came out, come on back. I told her what's going on. She says, okay, here's what we can do. We'll X-ray department's right down the avenue here. We'll take an X-ray of it. We'll send it down to Pittsburgh. We'll have an orthopedic people look at it, and we'll give you a call back and give you your options. All right. So the next day, the phone rings. I got the result. I got my shoulder's kind of worn out, wear and tear. I got arthritis in it, and I can stop back and they can talk about a program maybe for some physical therapy. It might help, and if it gets really bad, I get a shot. So I go back, I talk to the wife. I said, listen, if I had a regular doctor, first of all, I had to make an appointment, maybe a week out. Then I'd have to go talk to him. Then he may send me or she may send me to get an X-ray, a couple more days. And then when he gets it back, hey, maybe he's not skilled in it. He has to send it somewhere else, have somebody read it. I'm 2.5, 3 weeks down the road. I went to the VA in 2 days. I got what I was looking for.
Good.
I think that's a beautiful thing, too, because it's kind of what you're talking about. I think that, there are veterans out there in this community that don't realize that we have that asset in our backyard.
Yes.
It's like
right
the things
there
that you were talking about. There's a lot of wonderful programs and a lot of wonderful people in this county, to include our businesses and people that are offering all kinds of different things for our veterans. And it's always been that problem where people just don't know. I didn't know about that was an option for me. I didn't know that program existed. I didn't know that I could get a service dog. Didn't know who to call. That's what this is about. This is about us getting that information out there. Just like Rob said, we have a local clinic here. We're located on Route 51, our VA clinic, with wonderful doctors and nurses up there. Their phone number is 724-439-4990. There's health care to be had here.
Give me that number one more time.
724-439-4990. 4990. You can apply for VA healthcare benefits. And, a lot of people back in the, we had Drive to University Drive in Pittsburgh, which is a wonderful operation up there. And they got a Heinz hospital. But let's be honest, especially these days, making that drive to Pittsburgh is not an easy thing to do. And I don't think everybody realizes that how far this clinic has come. When you said down the avenue for your x-ray, how far is that down the avenue? You went down the hallway. To the same building you were in. I get what you're meaning. But, this asset is here in our backyard for us to use, and people need to know about it and how to apply for health care. Just since we're on that really fast, if you call that number, they'll help you out. You need your DD-214. If you showed up there at the clinic, they would actually help process your DD-214 and help you do your application. If you have any questions about that, of course, you can call my office as well at 724-430-1241, and I'd be more than happy to get you in the right direction, even assist you to get your health care filed so you can get a PCP up there and start doing some work and get your shoulder fixed like Rob.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I tell you, I've been dealing with the VA for over 35 years. They have made strides.
Absolutely.
And for my Vietnam friends out there, you've been slighted by the VA. Give them another shot. Drop in over here at the clinic here and step into the new world they have there.
Absolutely.
They're much, much better.
And before we go any further as well, we're giving everybody a shout out. I want to give our Fayette TV as well as the Atlantic Broadband for giving us this opportunity. Merle Nuttall, for the president of the Uniontown Chamber of Commerce, has been very, very supportive of this activity.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, again, we want to thank you so much for that. I personally love a little bit tidbits like how the dog tag became and was created. So we're
going to get a history lesson.
We will talk in that more of a length, but it all. I'll give you a hint. It started back in the Civil War time, to where the soldiers at that time were terrified that they would not be recognized and be put into an unmarked grave. So it was a chaplain, I believe his name was Charles Pierce, that came up with the idea of a disc. Okay, so it wasn't really committed to being authorized until like 1913 by the Army. Okay. So as we progressed through the time frame, it was actually as a derogatory statement by one of the Franklin Delano Roosevelt's opponents. And they said that all he was going to do was treat our people like dogs. And that the tags looked like what they put to the collar of a dog.
Dog license, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. So that's how that's how it was coined. So those are little tidbits that, I like to, throw in. And, everybody from the low level of understanding to the more advanced recognizes dog tag is an attachment to a veteran or a veteran organization as such.
Yeah, any veteran has been issued dog tags. So that covers all the different branches.
Exactly. So that's when, we, as our group, come together. We want the public to know that we are going to be supporting all elements of what you just mentioned, Rob, the branches as well as what is being offered to the attachment of those branches.
And I would give you guys a lot of credit for what you guys do on the radio on Wednesdays with the dog tag program. There's a lot of information passed to help our veterans, and that's what this is for us. I mean, I know
that's all WHIP.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much.
Some people, just like our move to West Main Street, we moved a block down our VA office, and Facebook, newspaper, Twitter, whatever you can get that information out, and that's kind of what we're doing. Not everybody might listen to the radio, but maybe the people that didn't listen to the radio program might see this program on TV. So we're going to try to use every avenue we possibly have to get this information out, to get some help and resources out to our veterans.
Speaking of the radio WHIP, what day, what time, what station?
Okay, every Wednesday, Rob and I are on WMBS, located on 44 South Mount Vernon Avenue, Uniontown, Pennsylvania, at 3:15 to 4 o'clock. We would probably do more shows, but we are out in the community doing some activities as such. I'm involved with the Mariana Outdoors Association with outdoor therapy programs and engaged in, circulating around to the other organizations. Rob is involved with the American Legion program, and you got a program coming up here.
This Saturday,
yeah,
the 20th, we have our oratorical program,
and that's fascinating.
which is an oration that a high school student gives 8 to 10 minute speech on any aspect of the Constitution. You can't have props, you can't have notes, you can't be coached in any way. You just stand there and give your oration. And I'm telling you, over the years, I have learned so much about the Constitution listening to our candidates.
Well, they're
speech.
phenomenal.
And there's money involved in this.
Yeah.
Okay. Last year, the winner in Harrisburg won $7,500.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not bad for giving a speech.
Can Whip enter
Yeah.
that contest? Or no?
Well, he has the words, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I think he's a little bit dusted with his age.
Let me say
He
this.
can't pass for high school students.
But let me say this. I am so proud of our community, Rob, and with what efforts that people that probably do know or don't know what the American Legion is doing out there, and well as the other organizations. And this man over here, Brian, is a blessing in his staff. I'm going to add his staff.
That's
okay.
the key. My staff.
They're very active. As no matter what time of the day that I come in and unannounced, he always has time for me, and I appreciate that, Brian. I really do.
It's my honor.
And
You're doing good things out here
we see the extension and the accessibility of more and more activities that's going on coming out of the Fayette County VA office.
Well, let me throw this out too. You have a van driver that will take 2 van drivers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they are the only paid van drivers in the state. Am
One
I
of the
correct?
only, yes.
This county
Yes.
hires van drivers to get our vets down to the hospital in
Absolutely.
Pittsburgh if they need to.
Yep.
The only thing they need to do is call you a day or 2 ahead of time.
Exactly.
Make the appointment. They'll come right to your house, pick you up.
I got 2 great people in Clark and Perry that will ensure they get down there. They even get them to their department and then wait for them to get finished and make sure they get them back here. So,
Yeah, that's a bonus.
I applaud,
That's a bonus.
And that's elite for
Yeah.
Fayette County. We're the only county doing this.
What I like to see, though, in the up and coming months is maybe an expo, and I'm going to leave that in your hands.
we're working on it.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what we mean by an expo is having all the agencies come together under one roof and let them be made aware of what they're offering. So if it's whether it be the dog, whether it be the horse, whether it be veteran benefits, mental health, whatever it may be. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we're going to have to get that engaged, and I think that would be a plus. Also, I want to remind you guys again, if you want to get involved to tell a story about your organization, send an email to the dogtagtelevision@gmail.com. Okay? And if we can, we'd like to ask you maybe to provide a little video to, flavor up the conversation about what your story is. So, having said that, guys, we thank you. We will be time to time coming together and putting a show on, and we thank you for your viewing. We thank you for your participation, and we thank you for being who you are.
Brian, number to your office one more time.
724-430-1241. And it's important also to remember that we used to be in the 911 service building. We've moved a block down the road to 2 West Main Street. It's the old Gallatin Bank building. It's where the Election Bureau and Tax Assessment's located. We're still the last door on the left on the first floor. Please come see us. We got some new digs. It's beautiful over there, and just allows us to fit more veterans in the door so we can help more people. So
There
we're
you go.
blessed.
You got the
Well
corner
said.
office too.
You're well
Yes,
said.
I do.
Thanks, guys. And I tell you, I couldn't be teamed up with better guys than you.
We appreciate that.
Well, thanks, Whit.
Yeah. So you owe me $5.
Checks in the mail.